Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, it is time. We're diving in. We're utilizing the boy Gear 5 Luffy in Grand Party. We've pretty much taken this man everywhere else in the entire game, so we're going to dive into Grand Party for day 3, getting up to 9 wins. Now, ideally, you guys want to try and get to these 9 wins, because on the 9th win, as you can see there, we get our first Luffy skull. You do want to try and get all of these skulls, so that way you can actually build up for his Super Evolution that will be coming in September, I believe. Ideally, if you can get the title, that would be awesome. But like I said, in today's video, we're going to be diving in with our Gear 5 Luffy, and in today's video, we're going to be using the teams you see down below. We're utilizing a side team with Momonosuke on there as well. We have a Free Spirit team, and then we have a Slasher team with the rule sets buffing Free Spirit, Fighters, Strength, Dex, and Quick. A lot of characters are sort of spread out throughout the entire teams that are all sort of Strength, Dex, and Quick. And then Luffy buffs Psy so drastically. So we're going to dive in. We're going to find some matches. We're probably going to look for Rogers, to be honest, because Luffy's burst just seems to counter Roger. And this guy does seem to be the new GP King. But let me know your thoughts and opinions if you've used him in the comment section below. With that said, let's dive in. So we found a Laugh Tail homie, and there's a lot of Rogers running around. If I was to look at this sort of setup from the, all hidden, I like to predict Roger as a Free Spirit, which this guy's actually using, and then the other two teams is just going to be, a free-for-all when it comes to Roger. Slashes at the front, for me, do seem like a bit of a wave. I could easily run Free Spirits at the front. Free Spirits are a really, really good defensive option. But with Luffy, we want to try and output lots of damage, so that way we can actually build up our burst. And this guy's running a int team in the front. So we'll have to see how the Slasher team handles that. I don't really see us having too many issues here. We don't have any side units, so, Apu's not going to go crazy. V2 Akainu on an int team. Bit of a new one to me, but, hey, look, he might be cooking something that I don't know. As for my Slasher team, I am running the Ashura Zoro and K-Dad combination. I find Shanks' crew just to be way too powerful to take off the Slasher team for something like Shanks and Buggy. And with the rule set being Free Spirit buffs as well as Dex buffs, Zoro just makes the most sense. The fact that we are just popping all of our specials off in the first 70 seconds, sorry, the first 30 seconds is nuts. That was just unfair. Roger's got his burst, we have our burst. So if Roger pops his burst for the half stats, we'll send ours. However, Moria sending half stats means that already 3 of our units are reduced. So Roger using his burst right now is not the end of the world for us. It's not a super scary situation. I really wish K-Dad would have gone before all these specials went off. Because, okay, they didn't get special one, which is good. Smoker's probably going to special one them now, though. No, Smoker did not. Man, they threw a lot of damage our way. We managed to tank it all. The upside to my Slasher team too is everyone is Limit Break expanded. Everyone is 150 as well. That's really, really nice. Yeah, ouch. Now we're gonna cop a burst. Really? That's not ideal for us. Well, you know what? You want to burst? We'll burst too. Luffy's burst does a lot of damage, and it just immediately feeds straight back into our burst, which is... Or actually, it doesn't. It feeds back into Roger's burst, which is a bit of a problem. But, all in all, it does so much goddamn damage that it can just easily kill there. Man, they were doing so much damage at one point. That's kind of nuts. Int and Strength might be a bit of a sleeper for this season, because everyone's running Psy. So having, Apu and stuff like that in the front could be a little bit scary. Second team is a Slasher build. 8-man Slashers with King on the team. Running Kaku in the front is super interesting to, nerf the crap out of Dex. I do like it. And I am going in with the assumption that our Free Spirit team is going to get very tested here. Their Roger burst is almost ready to go because of our Luffy burst. So we might take an L here just to guarantee us a win on the final fight. Free Spirit are really, really good. They've always been very, very good since the release of the Monster Trio. However, I had to move... I had to move Odin over onto my Psy team. So that does change up things a little bit, because Odin kind of has to be there for Momo. However, he just does so much for the Free Spirit team. The upside is we do have the waifus. Now, the waifus can provide the confusion buff, or debuff, I should say. Confusion debuff to the enemy, which can basically just, like, stop them from using specials. So that K-Dad special is just not going to pop, which is great. However, we're already in such a bad spot with that Roger burst that everyone's just going to die anyway. So, look, it is what it is. I would love to do some damage output, just so that way I can have my burst ready to go by the final fight. The thing is, at the moment, too, like, it does seem like if you go burst for burst, you are going to, like, lose one, win one, lose one, win one. So, ideally, it does seem like not trying to, like, put all your eggs in one basket and try and have 3 teams that are always going to win. Having a team that can absorb bursts might be the play moving forward. Just like what I was saying in the last 2 videos, the last few days, utilizing the Dex team. The Dex team does have a very, very good win rate at just sort of absorbing bursts. But it doesn't have a great win rate in actually winning the fight. So, there's that. Final team for them is a very, very good Free Spirit team. It is my usual go-to Free Spirit team when it comes to regular stuff. But, look, all the buffs that we're going to be getting from Luffy on our team, as well as the side buffs. So we're starting with 41 attack and 20 defense. That is nuts. That is nuts. Interesting enough, Yamato's kind of made her way out of my side team. However, in Grand Party, she's so good because she just gets her special so fast. And as long as she doesn't get knocked back, like the amount of knockback that she just copped there, she goes off so quickly. Like, so ridiculously fast. Roger is going to go. Zoro will probably pop his special as well. If Yamato went, and they're all bunched together. So Yamato can halve stats everyone besides, obviously, Luffy Yamato. Because Luffy Yamato's immune. Once we do that, we can big this. And now we can big chill on this for a bunch of damage. Ignoring defense. That is just monstrous amount of damage that Luffy provides. And then, ideally, when Luffy goes with his fixed damage, we should be able to take some units out here. Momo can give us a shield, as well as some guard and some defense, which is great. And his counter mechanic is actually really nice too. So ideally, put him in the front if you are using him. You want him to be sort of taking a lot of the shots, so that way you can make use of that counter mechanic. Otama coming in and having a special is kind of scary. And that Luffy Yamato special is going to be kind of nuts. So I would ideally want to see Luffy Yamato get taken out as quickly as possible. Running Otama in the back is so toxic as well. Like, don't be that guy. Just don't be that guy. It does nothing for you offensively, and it just makes people lose defensively. And like I said, who wants to be that guy, right? No one wants to be that guy. You need to remember to look down here. Alright, we're going to get some nice chip damage off. Yamato with some half stats. Hit. I was going to say, please hit Otama, but look, taking out Zoro there is actually huge. Otama should die there, right? Okay, Luffy Yamato is the only one alive besides the Brule. And that's definitely going to wrap it up. So we're going to skip this. Beautiful stuff. The Psy Free Spirit team does seem to be very, very strong now. However, with a little bit of bad RNG, that Luffy Yamato could have gone absolutely crazy. Let's see if we can find another Roger. Alright, let's mix it up a little bit. Again, I see Roger in the back, so I'm going to guess Free Spirit there. I'm going to put my Slash team up against Free Spirit and bring my Free Spirit to the front. Free Spirit just seem to be so tanky, and they work so nicely that I feel like they will be the best option up front against stuff like Strength, against stuff like Int. And if we do see stuff like Dex and those Stallier teams, they're going to get a job done there too. So I do think running Free Spirit in the front, just like I did with Luffy Yamato, is going to be the play. Having Slashes go up against wherever Roger is going to be nice too, because that could either be Psy, that could be Free Spirit, or that could be Slasher. But most of the time, I do expect Roger Whitebeards and Slasher teams, like I said before. So there's also going to be that. The upside too is that when Roger gets his burst, Luffy gets his burst as well. So it's a direct counter. However, it is interesting that Luffy does so much damage that it basically just gets back Roger's counter. Like, Roger just gets back his burst. We don't seem to have that much defense now that Odin is missing on this team as well. I don't know if Odin was the character that gave defense there, but the omission of him is a very noticeable defensive reduction. I seem to be taking a lot more damage. Fortunately, we don't have the confusion debuff on any of the units we want. I'm thinking maybe take off the waifus and bring in Odin and Toki. Odin and Toki don't get a huge buff from the rules besides being free spirit. And they're typeless, but it does seem like they'll probably do a little bit more for the squad, especially because they're a slasher as well, so Roger will be actually giving them a nice buff. Or we could even look at moving Roger onto the side team and doing some shenanigans there. Let me know your thoughts and opinions of what you guys have been running in the comment section below. If you guys have been using Gear 5 and how you've been operating with Gear 5. So what we're going to do, we're going to use this now, right before Rogers, because I don't want this to go into Rogers' burst. And that'll just kill everything, yeah. Okay, that's nice. And then ideally, the way the AI should work here, I feel like in the last 30 seconds, provided we don't go too crazy, we could easily just, like, see a Roger burst and sort of just ride the wave to the end. Oh, look at that. That's huge. No, that's death. Okay. GP burst. Roger. Okay, never mind. That's fine. That's fine. Man, that's what... We've almost got ours back so we can counter Roger again. Interesting. Not that we counted him the first time, but we know that because we're winning, Roger is going to just bink a burst straight away. What are we up against? Strength team. Interesting. Okay, I saw Odin and was thinking maybe we're looking at slashes. Interesting stuff. Okay. See how we go. Now we are okay, that's a Luffy Yamato. Okay, Luffy Sanji there. What the hell? I didn't actually look at these teams that I was versing. I just, like I said, went in. We have a Neko and Inu as well. This looks like a free win if I ever saw one myself. Alright, well, we'll take it. Bullets going off in the first less than 20 seconds. Jeez Louise. I would love Rebecca Toy Soldier to go. So that way I can just get the burst ready. We'll bink that burst. This is going to do so big damage. This will probably kill like the whole team. Okay. Almost killed the whole team. No, it didn't. Seemed a lot stronger than I thought, but at least now we don't have to worry about the half stats. However, Roger is very close to getting another burst, so this is going to trigger his burst again. However, we've basically killed a bunch of his units, so we don't have to worry too much. A double Roger burst is always scary, though. Momo's going to put up some defense for us. But this should just be a free win, honestly. You see, like, Luffy and Sanji, haven't seen them use since, like, 2021. On the original Rainbow team. Man, Luffy's still hitting for 5k with half stats is nuts. The fact that Luffy's not immune to half stats, though, is kind of crazy to me. But, nevertheless, we got it done. Wasn't the greatest fights, to be honest. Bit of a shame. But hey, once we're starting to get into that upper echelons of fights, this is what we kind of want to see like moving forward. So you love that for us. Let's go on to the next fight now. Alright, so unfortunately all I can find is Gear 5 Luffy's. And we tried to do something funky and it just didn't work. So hopefully we can get the win. If not, we're actually going to take an L early. Which is crazy because Gear 5 is just unpredictable, man. Unpredictable. But we're going to go in here against this particular player. We click the button and we're going to send it. If we lose, we lose. It is what it is because, yeah, strength teams in like Luffy are just going nuts. And side teams up front are just crazy to deal with. Especially when you're looking at stuff like Roger. So we've done some big changes. I forgot to put on some actual bench units. But as you can see with the teams down below the art on the left side of the screen, I've made some changes. I brought Odin and Toki into the Free Spirit team because Free Spirit's in a point now where Without Odin, it's actually starting to struggle. And I might actually look at replacing it with a strength build. Strength has become pretty unpredictable. They're getting buffs by the rules. They're getting buffs by Luffy. So it might actually be the wave. Because without Odin, it does seem like the Psy team... Sorry, the Free Spirit team is struggling. Psy moves so damn fast. It's so hard to keep up with them. That they can just decimate units with Yamato. And trying to keep up with them can be a problem. However, what I've planned to do here is try and use the waifus to my advantage to try and take them on. But look like they're so defensive. 25 defense. They build up the Luffy burst so fast as well that not running our own sort of Psy team in the front or coming up against Psy in the front might just be completely detrimental to your squad. Especially at the back end too. So hopefully we can get some damage output before they do, because ideally we don't want to have to deal with so many Luffy bursts. Because Luffy's burst just does so much damage. So much damage. And the next team is Dex, so yeah, it's not looking good for us, honestly. We didn't really have too many options either. Hopefully we can clutch this out, though. This season is going to be crazy. Fortunately, Yamato's basically just going to kill us here. Even Odin's just going to kill us, because it's just, yeah. It does seem like, unfortunately, Free Spirit has kind of lost its way without that Odin unit. Okay. I think for the safety of our team, we run our own Psy team next. And then we run slashes at the back, which is a bit of a gamble because we are versing Dex, but that Luffy burst, man, is just so terrifying. And we need to get damage output off early so I can use my burst to start building it up again. That way, at least we go into the final fight with a burst versus a burst. But it's just, yeah, it's scary stuff. Very scary stuff. Now, as you can see, I did take off Momo. And I did bring in Roger onto this team. Just because I wanted to completely change up the Free Spirit team. I did want to make my Psy team a lot stronger as well. Can this give me the damage output that I need? Unfortunately not. Dex is very tanky. And it just seems like I'm not moving as fast as what the opposition Psy teams are moving. Which is very interesting to me. Even against this Dex team seems to be moving a lot faster than mine. If I look at my Luffy and he's not maxed out or something like that, I'm going to be actually pissed. Alright, Yamato's going to hit. Love to see that. We're going to pop the burst early, and the reason I want to do that is because I don't want my burst to go back into the opposition's. All of this damage output is great, and it's building up our burst again. Now, ideally, I want them to pop their burst. Come on. Come on, AI. Do it. Use your burst. Yes, let's go. Okay, sweet, sweet, sweet. Now, this is going to do a lot. Like, a lot. Jesus Christ, that was a lot. But, at least now, we don't have to worry about it in the next fight to pop off straight away. We are already in a really good spot with our burst, where the opposition isn't. Man, this is scary stuff. I'm going to have to talk to some people about what team to use, because I just think Free Spirit is... Free Spirit just not the wave right now. Free Spirit just doesn't seem to be the wave right now, but we did get the win there. We do have our burst ready to go. The opposition doesn't, and we have slashes. I do have faith in slashes. So, let's dive in. Hopefully, it's nothing too crazy at the back here. It looks like strength. Okay. Strength is not something that I want to be fighting right now, to be honest. I really don't want to be fighting strength right now. I don't know what I was hoping for, but, man. Okay, I'm really hoping that we can move faster. But, as I mentioned, strength seems to just move incredibly quick. If we can move in a way that we can get a bunch of our specials off, do a bunch of damage and pop our burst, this HP cut is actually going to build up his burst so quickly. Yeah, half of it already. Oh, just missed out on our specials. Okay, K-Dad going there is awesome. Okay, I'm just keeping an eye on the... I'm keeping an eye on the enemy's burst because I don't want it to get up too high. But I really want a couple more of my specials to go off before we actually bink it. Shanks Crew's only going to HP cut Bullet, which is not good. Bullet is just standing in the front lines and just taking all of the shots. Alright, I want to use this. Hopefully we hit Kid. Oh, we didn't kill Kid. Don't do it, Kid. No, the burst. The burst is going to hit us. Fucking Kid, man. Fucking Kid. Roger Whitebeard's got to do work for us, man. Come on. Killing King there is really good for us. But they are in a much better position than we are. Boa is going to absolutely tear us apart. No, we're going to lose. Ah! Yes. No. No. Fuck you, Boa. Ah, we actually lost. Well, I don't know what to tell you, but Free Spirit just doesn't seem to be the wave. Man, it is what it is, but taking an L early. Unfortunately, there's nothing I could do. I was stuck up against Gear 5s. And be very, very careful out there. But let me know how you guys are going in the comment section below. Best of luck with the rest of the grand party. Belt like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's